I can just get really real with you today, I am feeling some type of way. Senator Sanders and his team, along with Dr. Jane Sanders and my husband and Dr. West and some other folks, we went to the 16th Street Baptist Church. I'm feeling some type of way tonight. We went to the museum and saw the buses that the Freedom Riders rode on in the cell where Dr. King was, and a picture of his letter to the Birmingham jail calling out folks who claim Christianity but don't have the heart-soul agreement necessary. I'm feeling some type of way. In 1965, at the conclusion of the Selma to Montgomery March, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reflected on all the human efforts required to make that great march, all of the sacrifices for justice. Dr. King said, to all my freedom-loving people who are gathered together all over the world, he talked about how 8,000 people started the walk and how they had to overcome the elements of nature and the elements of man. He reflected on a 70-year-old woman by the name of Miss Paylard, who had participated in the Montgomery bus boycott, and she was asked a question, and the question was, why don't you take a ride? She said, I'm not gonna ride. And the person said, but aren't your feet tired? And Miss Paylard said, not in the King's English, but in the Southern vernacular of struggle, she said, my feet is tired, but my soul is rested. Dr. King said to the folks there in 1965, he said, the same thing, because we have done the work that some folks told us could not be done, who some folks said over our dead body would be done, but our soul is rested. Dr. King spoke to a power structure and said, ain't gonna let nobody turn us around. That was over 50 years ago, sisters and brothers. And we are facing the same struggles across this country, the same struggle of racism, the same struggle of not being able to vote, the same struggle of an unequal education system, the same struggle of police brutality and injustice, the same struggle of a political system that has people in it who care more about their next election than they do about the next generation. She said, we started feeling the power of an idea whose time has come. I hope you're feeling the power of an idea whose time has come. The idea that as a nation we can provide health care as a right to all folks. The idea that this country was built by immigrants and we are an immigrant nation and we reform. The idea that disparity in education for poor children has to change. The idea, as Dr. King once said, that this country has socialism for the rich, but rugged individualism for the poor. The idea that we must remember not only what Dr. King stood for, but pledged to continue to unite and work for his vision to transform America. Sisters and for just one moment. Sister Paylard may not have had subject-verb agreement, but she had something that was much more important. She had heart-soul agreement, and that's the kind of people we need today. So the man that I know has heart-soul agreement. He's not afraid to stand up to millionaires and billionaires and say, you can't have it all. He has heart-soul agreement because he has the courage to say that in the 21st century in America, it is a sin and a shame and a tragedy that our sisters and brothers in Flint, Michigan would have to endure land in their water. I know a senator who has heart-soul agreement who will stand up in audience and say that together we must transform this nation so that equality and justice for all is the order of the day, so that women can be paid equal. I know. Because ladies, we want our